In Power BI, we have visualizations pane, we have data pane, we have filters pane. So what are all these? These are nothing but all the visuals are there in one location. Whatever the filter you are trying to do, all the filters options are there in one location. In the same way, whatever the data we have loaded into Power BI, that is also there in one particular location. So now in the same way, my dear viewers, what we will be doing, whenever we are trying to create any particular report in Power BI, then what we generally do, we used to keep all these card charts in one particular line, either horizontally or vertically. Or what we will do, as per the requirements of few companies, I have even seen in this way, that if they want the slicers to be there only in the left side but not on the completely to the top, they want in a vertical position, not in a horizontal position. So there are different requirements for different companies. It depends upon their individual's perspective. So now my point of view is that when we have something called as visualization pane, we have something called as fields pane, when we have something called as filters pane separately, in the report also we need to have something called as this slicers panel that will be helpful for us to locate all the slicers in one place. So now this is also very important to know that whatever we are trying to do, we have to make sure that that is very interactive. So what kind of interaction we have to input when I'm talking about interactive slicer panel in Power BI? Hi, I'm M. Asif Hussain from KnowHow Academy. What are we going to learn in this video? We are going to learn and understand how to create the slicer panel in Power BI. So by the end of this video, you could able to create one slicer panel in your Power BI report with the help of bookmarks, and how we have to do it, let's learn by the end of this video. So watch till the end. So my dear viewers, here as you can see that I have a sandwich sales report. Okay, so I have one particular slicer here, I have the card charts, I have few more visuals. Now as I have told you that here I have something called as filters pane, we have something called as data pane, we have visualizations pane, no, visual pane. So earlier we used to have the visualization as a point there, but now as it's frequently upgrading, so now it's a build that we have it. No problem. So in the home also we can go and find all these visualizations, whatever we are trying to do. Okay, so now what I would like to teach you here is that now it's very important to understand how should we create a panel. What is a panel? It's like a panel. It's one location where you have multiple things to choose on. So in order to do that, what I'm trying to do, I'll go to insert, and under the insert I'll go to shape. Okay, I'll go to shape and I'll select any one shape whichever is suitable to you. Now as we have got a very interesting shape here, okay, we have got a very interesting shape here. Let's go and do some small type of formatting for this particular shape style. We have seen it, the rounded corners, let me reduce it because it's too much that we have it there. That's fine. And the fill color, this is too dark, I would like to make it a little bit lighter, or you can go and even change the color as per your particular requirement. As I have taken the background color as black here, you can even go and choose that particular black option here. Very simple. So now the borders that we have it, I do not want to have a border, or if you want to have a border, let's make it black because we have everything in a same go. Alright, so now we have something called as a shape here. Now what I'm trying to do is that let me go and choose the slicers, because we have to go and create a slicers panel. So now what I'm trying to do, I'll go and take a small slicer here. So in this slicer, what I'm trying to do is that I'll go and add something called as sandwich category. Okay, so we have got some sandwich categories here, as you can see this. Okay, so now I do not want to have it in a drop down way because it is taking a lot of space here. In order to avoid that, what I'm trying to do is that I'll just go to the slicer settings and I'll change it to drop down. Very simple. Now in the drop down we have multiple things to go. Now it's very important to understand the values. Okay, so the font color, we have this one. Okay, the background color also, let me go and make it black so that I can make the font color white. So this is very much interesting to go. And in the slicer header, as you can see the background, okay, so we do not have any background right away, right? So but if I go into size and style, I have something called as background here, that I will switch it off. All right, so that I will switch it off. So now as you can see the sandwich category that we have it here, so that is not particularly visible, right? So that is not particularly visible. So in order to make it visible, what I'll do, I'll come back here, I'll go to values. Okay, so we have the values as white. I'll go to the slicer header, this I'll go to white. All right, so we have something called a sandwich category. If you want to expand it, okay, expand it, not a problem. All right, so I'll just expand it to sandwich category. Okay, so I'll make it to bold. Okay, so now this is much more interesting to go, something like this. Okay, so now I can go and select it, right? Okay, so now what I'm trying to do, I'll just go and copy this one. Okay, I'll just go and copy this particular slicer, and I'll paste two more so that I can make it much more interactive. Okay, so that's what we are meant for here, right? So now in the sandwich category, I'll remove the sandwich category. I'll take the sandwich size. Okay, I'll take the sandwich size. As you can see, we have some sizes, right? So now in the same way, we have sandwich category, sandwich size. And now what I'm going to do is that I'll go and take the sandwich name. Okay, so we can see the name. So we have a lot of names here, right? So if you do not want to have the names, you can go with ingredients. Okay, we can go with time. Okay, you can go with whatever you want, it's up to you. Okay, so let's go and consider the name ID that I would like to consider it here. Or if you would like to go and get the year from this, yeah, I can go that. So in which particular month, so which kind of sandwich we have got, so that information also we can keep it. We can include the month as well. So that is also a possibility. All right, so now what I'm trying to do, I'll just go and group all these so that everything can be in one sync. So I'll just right click, group, and group it. Okay, so now as you can see, my slicer, I have it in a very interesting way. All right, so we have this particular, how will this be if I go and add some much more information to it. So the shape, border, I would like to talk about. If I make it white, okay, beautiful, right? Okay, so now what I'm trying to do is I'll go and create one small bookmark. Okay, bookmark. So what bookmark I'm going to create, that I'm going to show it to you. So first what I'm going to do is that if I go here under the button, okay, let us take a blank button here. So I'll take a blank button, I'll get that particular button here, and I would like to just close it, as how we have this close option like cross mark. I would like to create the same thing here. So what I'm trying to do is I'll go and add some text into this particular thing. So I do not want to have an icon, I do not want to have a border, I'll have a text. Okay, that text, let me make it an X. Okay, very simple. And the font color, let me make it white, and I'll make it a little bit bigger so that it looks much more interesting. Okay, as you can see, we have something X. If you do not want it, if I just click on close, then this particular slicer panel should get off. Okay, should get closed, and that's what I mean. So now what I'm trying to do is in this particular X, okay, I have created one X button, right? So now what I'm trying to do, I'm going to create another bookmark. Okay, so where I would like to close and open, and whenever I would like to go with it, I'll go to button, I'll take a blank button, and what I'm trying to do is I'll take this particular button here, and in this particular button, what I'm trying to do is I'll go to the background of this. Okay, so let me make it lighter like this so that it can be clearly visible. Okay, something to 80%. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I have created two bookmarks here. So now what I'm trying to do, so if I just click on this, okay, so now if I go and show you the selection pane, okay, so if I just show you this particular button which I have selected, Okay, so this one. The selection is this particular page, the close one. I'll just go and rename it to close page. I'll just make it to close page, and I have another button. Okay, so this button, so I'll just mark it as the close button, right? So X button. So very simple. So now what I'm trying to do, if you see this, I have these slicers, right? So now I'll just click on this one. So this slicer is a month slicer. So what I'm trying to do is I'm making this one as a month slicer. I'm just renaming it because I don't want to have a confusion whenever I would like to view it. Now this is sandwich size. Okay, I'm just renaming it to sandwich size. Now I'm renaming this one to sandwich category. Sandwich category. Okay, so now we have all these. So now what I'm trying to do is that I would like to get this close button, close page, something about this. Okay, so this is a close page, and the cross button, I'll just get it here on the top. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do, I'll just go and group this one. Okay, so all these are grouped, right? So it is like, okay, so this is the button that I would like to have it. So now let me go and rename it. Okay, so if you want, I can even go and just select this one, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so right click, group it, and I'm grouping it. Okay, so all these have come under one particular group. So I'll just rename this one to slicer panel. Okay, so this is my slicer panel, right? So now what I'm trying to do, now I'll come to the bookmark. Okay, now I'll come to the bookmark. So what I'm trying to do is that I have to go and create the action for this one, right? I have to go and create the action. So in order to go and create the action, so what I'm trying to do, so this page that we have selected, that's a close page, right? So this close page, I'll go and create the bookmark for this one. Okay, so let's go and see. Let me remove this one. Okay, let me remove this one. Okay, so this is a slicer panel. Okay, so as this is, if I just click on it, see this, it's gone. The slicer panel is gone, right? So this is visible, right? So now what I'll do, I'll just add a bookmark and I'll just rename it to slicer panel open. Okay, and now what I'll do, I'll just close it and I will add another button and I will rename it to slicer panel close. Okay, so now as you can see, if I just click on it, it's open. If it's on close, it's closing. Okay, so this is working, right? So under open, okay, I do not want to have this data and the current page. I'll enable the selected visual and I'll update it. Okay, so this is done. Now, okay, so this is open and this is closed. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do for this one is that whenever I'm trying to show it to you, so here, if I just click on it and I have one bookmark that I have created here with some button, right? So now what I'm doing to do, I'll just go here and under the action, okay, I'll just go and create this bookmark and the bookmark is slicer panel open. Okay, so now as you can see this, if if for even this particular close, okay, for this even particular close that I have it, so I'll come to this action and I'll go to the bookmark and I'll just go with slicer panel close. Okay, so the bookmark that I have created. All right, as you can see, if I just click on this one, the slicer panel is closed, right? And if I click on this one, the slicer panel is open. Okay, if it is open, this is closed. So my dear viewers, so this slicer panel will be something very interesting to you in order to work on, because these kind of slicer panels play a very important role whenever you are trying to have the numerous information in your particular visual. Okay, so this adds a very interesting value to you, and here you are going to have the interaction with the slicer panel like anything. So this will be a very good way in order to create a slicer panel. So all your slicers will be in one particular panel, as how you have all the data in one go, all the visuals in one go, and all the formatting in one go. So you have the same way how to this particular panel that you have it in your particular report, then it will be easy that all the slices will be there in one go. So my dear viewers, so this is the best way to present the slicer panel, or to create a slicer panel in your Power BI report, which will be very much helpful to allocate all the slicer panels in one particular location, right? So in this video, we have learned how to create a slicer panel in Power BI. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.